Hello, welcome to Ladies Corner with Tea. Today we have the Alberta Party candidate for Edmonton, Leslie, Miss Hazel Williams, on the show with us. Hello, Hazel.
Hi,
Welcome to
how
the
are
show.
you? Nice to come.
I know you're a woman of faith.
Yes.
What role does faith play as you seek political office?
Well, faith is a powerful thing, and it will help me to make decisions based on, from a God perspective, I would say. And I think some of those decisions are meant to be made, and they should be made in politics. And I won't sway from my belief. Most of my decisions will be that I make will be based from a faith-based perspective.
Okay, so do you think faith has a role to play in politics?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
that's interesting. All right.
yes.
So why did you choose? There are several parties out there. Why did you choose the Alberta Party?
Alberta Party is it's, I would say that it's not a new party, but it is because Mr. Mandel has just decided to step in and run this party, and I believe in their positive energy that they have. I believe in what they stand for, women in diversity as one of the things. A lot of women are in politics in this party, so that's one of my reasons that I decided to step in.
So it's a bit more diverse
A little bit
than.
more diverse. It's more diverse than other parties that I've seen.
All right.
Yeah.
Now your party promises free daycare. Did I understand that right? Is that free or subsidized daycare? Your thoughts?
I am not 100% sure that it's free, but I believe that it will be subsidized, because I don't think that there's anything that is free,
Fair enough.
right?
Fair enough. What can women expect from your party?
A woman can expect that to look at me as a role model. I'm there to teach the younger woman that this is an option, like their voice can be heard. If their ideologies are good and strong, and they should bring them forward for change. Right. Yeah. So that's one of my reasons. I think I can leave that legacy for women. One of my visions is that I want to see more women in politics.
That's right.
Yeah. So
More diverse women.
more diverse women.
in politics.
Yes.
Okay, so what should men expect?
Men should expect that they can count on me as a woman. Like, I understand issues of men as well, of men and boys on a whole. I am an advocate for all people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running for Edmonton Leslie.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, what are some problems? What are the particular problems facing your riding?
Well, going around and with my volunteers, we're hearing things in the neighborhood about theft. People are talking about the economy, lots of work. People are talking about work. They can't find work, and so that's one of our platforms that's one of the things that we want to make sure.
Unemployment.
Yeah, unemployment is one of the big things.
Okay, so what are the top 3 things in your plan to do come April 17, the day after the elections, and you win?
Okay, that's big. Okay, so I have 3 things, which they're my core things that I want to address, apart from the other 6 things that the Alberta Party stands for. So one of them is for hospitals. I want to see a clinic go into the Edmonton Ellerslie neighborhood to take
there's
this.
no clinic there?
There are clinics, but more clinics, like,
Oh.
because to cut down on the wait time in hospitals.
Yeah.
So I would like to see like more clinics being put into the neighborhood to take the strain out the green ants, right? So people would get looked at faster, and their primary care would come in as their primary care would get first hand priority, right? Instead of like lining up in the emergency room at the green ants and flooding the area. Then people could look at clinics where they would get first primary care treatment.
Yeah.
And if they're not severe, then they don't have to sit in the waiting room and wait for hours.
Right.
My second one is the opioid crisis. Like you hear about fentanyl being.
Is that a big
It's
thing?
a big thing.
In
It's not.
LSA?
It's not in Ellerslie. It's just throughout Alberta, throughout Edmonton. I know for sure. I looked at some of the statistics, and it's not really. You don't hear it on the news a lot, right? But it's out there.
And of course, you're passionate about this because you're a teacher
Because
and
I'm
a mother.
Yes,
Okay.
and because I'm a mother, it came really close to home the other day. My son had two youths that died from overdose, and
That didn't make the news,
attended.
did it?
It didn't make the news, no. And
Yeah.
so I remember these young
Ouch.
boys coming up on my driveway to ask for play, to go out and play with my son. And I remember the names like vividly when he told me that these boys died of overdose. I remember seeing them as little youths, and I attended one of the funeral. It was one of the saddest days that I've seen young people so in despair, so they don't know what to do. So one of my thing is to have more education
And the use
on
of
the
drugs.
use of drugs, like creating a safe space where even to take away the myths, not the myths, the stigmas,
Right.
the stigmas of and the shame surrounding using the drugs, and just to bring awareness and have, I won't go too much into what my plans are to do that, but it's going to be a good thing.
So we've got clinics. We've got another clinic in Leslie, the opioid drug crisis in the neighborhood
Yes.
and all of Edmonton. And what's your third thing?
My third thing is education.
Right.
So I want to see
Schools,
school
educational
education.
assistants, or
I want to see diversity in education. I want an
Okay.
education system that reflects what Canada looks like. You know how we say that Canada is a mosaic of people. We come from many different backgrounds, many different cultures, but we don't really see that in our classrooms.
what does a classroom look like?
The
I'm
classroom
curious.
looks more like, I'm not supposed to say it, but it's not Canadian focused. It's old. We're having a system of an old education.
You mean the curriculum?
The curriculum is an old curriculum,
Alright.
so we wanna see diversity where more teachers are gonna respect where students come from. Sometimes as immigrants, we have our children going into mainstream classrooms, and they don't really adjust well.
Right.
They go with a lot of they get stereotyped a lot. They get lots
Bullied,
of
maybe?
not bullying too,
Okay.
but sometimes they don't fit in, and that doesn't phase out well in terms of where the student will end up, right? So we want to make sure that students are following a path that will lead to them being productive citizens, right? And that's the integration needs to be not just mainstream but diverse.
Okay, so we're looking at diverse children becoming successful at the end of the day through Edmonton schools.
Yes.
That's what you're looking at. Okay, this is my final question. I see on Facebook you go knocking on doors and you talk to a lot of people.
Yes.
And you are more community aware than I possibly would ever be. What is the one story that has touched you, caught your attention, and you think, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna make a change? What's that one story from that person that?
Well, so far, I just been in my business as well. I'm a business person. So just being in my business, and I had a customer that came in and talked to me about her son was facing expulsion in school. And I kind of could relate to what she was saying to me about the youth. It's a young boy, 14 years old, and that really touched me because I remember going through something similar with my son being stereotyped. And so she asked me to sit in an airing with her, with the school board, and we got there, and just the demeanor and the presentation of how the person who was involved carried themselves, and the lack of empathy
From the board.
Was
okay.
that touched me a lot. That touched me, and I felt like, okay, so what are parents going to do who are not willing to fight like this mother was, who are not willing to say, well, I want to have a hearing with you, I want to talk about why my son is going through this. Some of this I feel like it's a lie, like it needs to be looked at differently. What about, for me, that concern was very deep. I am glad I went. I'm glad I was an advocate for that.
So what happened in the end?
In the end, the expulsion was revoked and it didn't go through.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah, so things like that, you know, I didn't go into the room announcing who I was or acted like I was a bully or anything like that, but I listened, and
So
when it was
you were
time
an
for
advocate for
I
the
was an
mom.
advocate for the mom and for the son. So when I read the child's report, it was a lot of negative things on there. I didn't see anything positive written about him in there, and I kind of pointed out and said, you know, and I let the child know that, look, you're gonna do great things.
Amen.
You're gonna
I think it's
nobody, it's
important
not
to
written
reinforce
here, but I'm telling you that you're gonna do
That's
great
an
things.
applicant here at
Right?
this meeting.
Yes.
Oh, so sweet. Okay, this is the last one. What is the message? Can you look into a camera and relay a message to your constituents who'll be watching this? What is it you want them to know or hear?
Well, I want to come in here into the Edmonton Ellerslie area and make a difference. I want to be a change. I am a woman of integrity, and whatever I try to advocate for is what I'll stand for. I have a listening here, so I'll be able to come to me with all your concerns, and hopefully I'll be able to make a difference and a change for you and for your community.
Oh, Hazelyn Williams, thank you very,
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
me. Thanks for
Welcome.
having me.
All right, so
Alright.
see you next time on Ladies Corner.